Thanks so much for tuning in, for joining me today again during this podcast time, looking at current energies. What is today? Today is Saturday, the 28th of March, 2026. And I'll be looking into planetary urges for the week ahead and what we can expect, how we can best navigate through everything and see where we are at. And surely I would think that a lot of us have been going through changes, through um, different scenarios, new opportunities, letting go of the old. Often change is not necessarily chosen, which can make change a lot harder when change happens for us. And we are navigating through, okay, what am I doing now? This situation presented itself, and how do I move on? And I really feel like we're right after the eclipse time where these new energies are unfolding, they're rippling through and over the next 6 months. And I feel we're still very much in a time of greatest potentiality as well as, of course, turmoil, inner chaos, outer chaos in the world. So I feel again, it's really important to have compassion for ourselves, with others, because we are moving through the most profound times, I feel, in human history and where we are heading to. And so in today's forecast, I'll be looking um, at Mercury, at all the Pisces planets. So we still have a strong Pisces energy this week, as well as, of course, Team Aries is building up strongly. And we'll be looking at that, and also then which dialogues all the planets are making and what that might mean and how we can move through that. And also today we got the moon. She just moved into the sign of Leo, which is the energy of the heart. There is warmth, there is adventurism. The sun right now, the sun and Lady Luna are in a beautiful flowing dialogue. There is, in a fiery realms of Aries and Leo, where there is initiation, there is a warmth, an energy that brings others in, where we want to create and move things forward, and also very creative. I feel like we're really in a creative bubble, and that, like with Pisces, as well as the Aries energy that is very initiatory. It's urging us to tap into our true nature, into our sovereignty, to claim that. What is it that makes my heart sing? What am I passionate about? What may I have been putting on a back burner and been feeling frustrated that I'm not doing it and not getting into it? And so there is quite a strong wave coming through, and I feel it's important. Let's just start looking at the sun, what the sun is doing. So we are about a week into Aries energy, with the sun that kicked off the astrological year on the 21st of March with the equinox, spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and autumn equinox here in the southern hemisphere. And this is always big beginnings. 21st of March, we're looking ahead until, for at least the next 3 months, until the solstice. What is it that I want to bring in? Where do I want to feel a sense of renewal? And wherever that's in your chart, you will see, okay, where is all this Aries energy happening for me right now? Let's say the Aries energy, a big part of that is in your 10th house. The 10th house is about what we share, what we do out in the world, how we express ourselves. So if this Aries stellium of planets is lining up in your 10th house, then there is a whole new approach to maybe new opportunities with work coming in, a new inner stirring of how you want to express yourself in the world and initiating, starting new projects, particularly now that Mercury is in has gained momentum, is direct again. Also, what I want to say is that from now until early May, we are giving a window of, let's say, about 7 weeks. We're looking at about 6 weeks that they're very fast moving. So all the planets now are direct. There is not a single planet that is retrograde. So it means like also we could feel like we want to move full steam ahead. There is a lot of new opportunities, possibilities coming in, new ideas, new ways of expressing ourselves. So this is really big. And while we want to grab the bull by the horn and move it through, there is also a reminder from the universe, an invitation to, it doesn't have to be not so fast. We can be present, we can tune in. And because we have such strong Aries energy with the sun in Aries, we got Neptune, Saturn, we have Aries, goddess of discord and strife. We got Chiron in Aries at the coming into the last degrees. We have Venus right now in Aries, also in the last degrees. So there can be like a very much a strong reactive energy as well. Aries is ruled by Mars, the god of war. We can react a lot easier. So it's really important that we are aware of that. If we, of course, particularly in relationships, dealing with other people, we can be a lot more impulsive and yeah, acting on impulse rather than, okay, or like the moon right now in Leo, what makes my heart sing? How does my heart correspond with this? Or is it just an immature impulse and I want to go for it? Because we also have to be careful on some, while ego is important, we all need a good ego and to move it forward, to really tap into that. I think ego has, yeah, gotten a bad rap, but we all need a healthy ego to move things forward and really, yeah, claiming that essence, that fire within. Otherwise, there's got to be creative tension in order to create. There's got to be an inner chaos. So like with, yeah, structuring water, the spirals that go into both direction, vertices that are intertwining. So there is a chaos. There is a point where we feel like, whoa, I'm really taking that spiraling urge forward, that calling, and at the same time, also, yeah, being very aware, being coming from a place of observation. Am I impulsive, reacting to something or wanting to assert my will for any cost and no matter how the other feels? Or can I create win-win situations? Can I, yeah, be non-apologetic, but in my essence? So I feel right now in this week, there can be that divine dance of it's such a paradox, really, because there is a strong invitation towards getting enough rest, getting some good sleep, being very present, being aware, being in our center. All the Pisces energies, having a good bath, have a sauna, spend time in nature, a creative outlet also to move the body, allowing more of the sacredness and imagination into our everyday mundane reality. So particularly also, yes, Mercury is now direct and has gained momentum, but over the next week, we're still revisiting what Mercury, when Mercury was retrograde. So we're still in that for up until Mercury went retrograde at 22 degrees. So up until the 9th, 10th of April, we're still revisiting. And whenever we are revisiting, it's a time, it's a reminder to slow down, to, okay, what just happened? Or for example, I just moved and I feel like, whoa, I'm a bit, yeah, swaying around in between the urge to unpack everything and the impetus of get it done and the Germanic drive of keep going. And then there's also that strong calling to, no, you gotta rest when you gotta rest. You need some good sleep and that's more important than moving things through. And then also I feel like when we push things along, then it's also less enjoyable. And I feel we're missing out on many opportunities that can come our way when we can be more present. So it's a fine dance right now. And also, as I said last week, it's in the sign of Pisces and Aries, which is that threshold. We're really walking a liminal time between letting go of the old. So a lot of old stuff might be bubbling up right now for us to look at. We have the North Node still in the sign of Pisces for the next many months, where we're cleaning out some old baggages, old sweeping out old corners of the heart, old corners of, dusty stuff that needs to be looked at, we need to lighten the load. There is an urge for simplicity as well, simplifying life, decluttering, and it will also show in everyday life. Can we declutter? Can we get rid of things that we no longer need, or are we anxiously attached? So there's a lot around that. Pisces can bring all of that up to, letting go, a big letting go, and which can bring up old grievances, old resentments, relationship stuff. Everything is up for us to look at it in a mature way, particularly with Saturn in Aries over the next 2.5 years. We want to have a mature approach. We are learning. There is lessons around, truly stepping into our own, and also then owning our own shit and not projecting, not putting it on the other person. But if stuff is up, then we can say, well, I feel a certain way and it's not about you, but things are up, or it's because we're all feeling it more or less, of course. We're all in that divine dance together, and everything is here to move us forward. It's a divine purpose that is unfolding here in order to lighten the load, taking weight off our shoulders, allowing what wants to arise, have a good cry, feel the anger, feel a sense of loss. Whatever wants to come up is important. And also, so Mercury is in Pisces, is in the sign where Mercury is least happy, because there is not much movement. Mercury wants to move swiftly, but Pisces is no, not so fast. Slow down, smell the roses, take your time, and we might be revisiting a couple things a couple of times, which, if we can just observe rather than react, that's a really good lesson here. And also Mars, the war god, ruler of Aries, is also in the slowest sign in Pisces, treating water, not moving far, taking us back, but also a sense of spirituality, of our deep subconscious wants to tell us something. And Mars will still be here till the 9th of April. So another 1.5 weeks roughly, where we are where everything is conspiring with us to slow us down when we want to speed ahead, or to revisit and rethink things and feel like, okay, if I don't feel a clear yes, then I can tell people, or I'm at capacity and I'll get back to you as soon as I know. Or so it's this real dance within ourselves to make decisions that are really that feel aligned, where we feel, yeah, that feels good. I don't have to rush this. And also with Pisces, with Jupiter in the exalted sign of Cancer, we can trust, we can have faith that things will unfold the way they need to be. Opportunities will come streaming in or are already happening. We don't need to push. We don't need to fight for what is ours. It already has our name on it, whatever it is, and just keep on going, keep having that vision strong, and keep on marching on, even if it's tiny steps or steps backward, or we need a day and say, okay, I just need a day off and spend in nature. And it's so important to have those times, and finding the balance. Balance is required here, because also, again, we don't have much earth here. We have strong water, strong fire. Water, fire is alchemy, but also water can take fire out in a flash. And Yeah, we want to really work with the elements, bring in our own elemental beings, ask the elementals to support us and to bring a groundedness into our physical reality. So the sun will, for the next, 3 weeks, move through the sign of Aries, strong, initiating, and yeah, feeling the newness, embracing the newness. And also there is with Saturn and in Aries, it's a long-term success. It's not a quick fix. It's not a premature, um, wanted to say something, a premature approach to what it is that we want, but also to commit, to be dedicated. This is the path I'm choosing. This is the project I'm working on. And yeah, I'll just keep on moving step by step and trust that things will come through as I need them. And also with Neptune in Aries, there is a reconfiguration of our belief systems of really old conditions that are leaving for the new to come in. And everything is steering us towards the new, towards a future oriented focus, but not to live in the future and think, oh, in 2 years I'm gonna be there and this and that. I feel like we are more in a time where we are urged to be very present because as we can see in our outer world, things are fragile, things are changing all the time. And and of course that stirs within, that chaos is within as it is without. And can we remind ourselves to remain in the center of our own mandala rather than whirling around on the outside where it is truly chaotic, or where the news are and where we're pulled in the certain directions and look here, look there, in order not to look inside and to distract. And so it's profound times of truly claiming our own sovereignty, our full embodiment, because we are letting go of the negative aspects of Pisces, of being victim, of blaming, of projecting. And while we can allow it to arise and be honest with ourselves and honest with others, and we are moving forwards, particularly, and we are moving speedily. This is also now all the planets are direct, it's fast moving. And so we just have Chiron and Aries, the goddess of um of discord and strife. We are reminded there is a lot of healing around the wounded masculine and feminine in this world, within and without, and we can see it um yeah in in everything that's happening around us, and how the world is ruled and directed and dictated, and I feel it shows up in the small, in our own family, in our own environment. Are we trying to control, dictate, or can we remind ourselves? And I'm talking very much about that to myself because it's so important to live and let others express themselves. And so there's a real, again, it's almost, it could feel pressured up, and that inner push and pull around masculine, feminine, around our own upbringing, how we're females treated in the family, how we're males treated, what was expected of them, what was it healthy, or were there unreasonable expectations, and all of that. So it's big times to move through and mature. Saturn is all about maturation, and it comes with lessons, and it comes with everything has consequence over time. We are learning, we are maturing, hopefully. And so we got Venus in the sign of Aries. Mars ruled Venus. So Venus is moving on the 31st of March. Venus is moving into her own sign of Taurus, which is also, we will feel a bit of a slowdown, more of a voluptuous energy, more embodied, more sensual, away from the reactivity. It's also we are also looking at finances. From the 31st of March, there's a greater focus on finances, money. What are my spending habits, my savings? Do I really need that? And again, there is a call towards simplicity. Uranus at the last degree points of Taurus, simplifying, narrowing down, decluttering. Do I really need this? All this stuff, all this food. Um, so there's a lot of reminders. Where is my money going? Is it healthy? Do I need to budget? Am I overspending? Am I comfort eating? Am I emotional buying? So all of that can come up in the sign of Taurus, particularly with Venus in her own sign, while there is also an urge towards more sensuality, towards embracing all our senses, the physical pleasures, while we don't want to overindulge. And so also next week we are starting April with a big full moon at 12 degrees of Libra. Libra is the relationship sign. So on the 2nd of April, big full moon in the sign of Libra. Libra calls us towards partnership, negotiation. Something is going to rise up to consciousness that we may not have seen or having been aware all that much within ourselves in the other. So it's a great time to maybe not when things are heated though. Full moons always exaggerate things. We can feel more edgy. So if things are stirred with a lot of Aries energy, we might feel angry that things are up. Then we don't want to discuss things at that time. It's good to remove ourselves, cool down, find healthy outlets, and come back. But overall, full moon in Libra brings up relationship stuff. What is time? It's time now to look at something. Um, in ourselves, in the other. And because Aries Libra is libraries, is the relationship axis, me versus the other. How can I be in relationship, be my sovereign self, allowing each party to be themselves? And so it will stir things, particularly Venus, goddess of love. She will be in square to Pluto, Venus in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. There is also what's ready and needs to be let go of. Pluto in Aquarius is dismantling things, rejuvenating, and Venus in Taurus. So we can feel headbutting with another, with a partner. It's a harsh energy. There can be obsessive, jealous tendencies, possessive, obsessive, all the platonic things that might arise with Venus here in a square that yeah, it's and relationships are always a dance, or any relationship really, whether it's business, intimate, yeah, it brings stuff up because it's a mirror right in front of us. Are we projecting, or who am I in this? Have I too many expectations? Do I have expectations, unreasonable expectations, or too many expectations altogether? So there is also sexual tension. Venus in with Pluto in square. There's sexuality, there's sexual alchemy happening at play. And then the question is, or the invitation, can we direct it healthily? Is there a good outlet for that rather than reacting, or you're not giving me what I want? And we could also come into not arguments, but tension around, particularly in relationship, how is money spent as a couple? How you do this, I do that. Are we on the same page, or is one very different to the other? Can we find the midpoint? And this full moon in Libra, Libra is also always the scales, finding the middle point, having healthy discussions, talking things through, but it also can feel very heated and things are culminating. So being aware, am I or is the other one feeling heated? And then we can never meet at that level. That never goes anywhere. Then it gets more heated, then there is reactivity, there is defense mechanisms kicking in, and then we separate. So it's a really big week for relationships, I feel, as we are dancing that divine dance of me and the other, not me against the other. And embracing difference and also being honest with ourselves, with the other, and working together, working as a team, because yeah, there is so much turmoil in the world, I feel, and it's so important to yeah, to not lash out on our loved ones, because also our words are hurtful. Once we say things, we can't take them back. It's a week to be aware, to be present, to be an observer. If things get heated, walk away, looking at our own relationship patterns. Where are they coming from? Have I experienced that before? Is it like it's usually not the now moment when something arises or we have an immediate reaction. It's not for the first time. It goes back into, yeah, our childhood and beyond. Often it's subconscious, it's multidimensional, whatever it may be. But the main thing is that we can own it, that we can honestly look at it and say, wow, I really feel that really strongly now. I don't even know where it's coming from, or I feel triggered by another. And to, yeah, being honest with that and not blaming the other. Anyway, going on a rant here, but it's a powerful week, and Uranus is moving through the last degree point of Taurus. Again, our embodiment is becoming more aware. We might feel it physically. Things are popping up, certain symptoms or whatever. Yeah, for me, it's an elbow issue. I don't know, that boom just comes on, but it's yeah, there's so much also again that invitation. We want to lighten the load for because we want to become more lighter all together. Living more simply, becoming more lighter, and letting go of a heaviness that I feel has various components to it. And yeah. And also, yeah, the North Node in Pisces is strong, is in conjunction right now with Vesta, goddess of the hearth. Can we create an inner sanctuary and maybe an outer sanctuary, make our home prettier, beautifying it, that it's really a space where we love being, where we feel, wow, I can rest my soul, my body in this beautiful place. On this note, I'm going to leave you with that and wishing you a beautiful weekend. Thanks so much for tuning in, for listening, for supporting me. I'm also just updating my website, which is almost ready again, also to make bookings for readings, and send me inquiries, send me messages. Always love to hear how you're going. And yeah, sending lots of love, and bye for now. Much love.